welcome to the Northville Summer School meeting for the year 2020. We are very excited to have you here tonight. The purpose of today's meeting is really to give you information about both the on-site and online summer school programs at Northville. We really encourage you to read through the frequently asked questions linked to the summer school page. And we're excited to talk a little bit more about our continued partnership with Michigan Virtual. So again, thank you for coming tonight, and we hope that we are clarifying any questions that you may have. I'm now going to turn over to Tomas Soria from Michigan Virtual.
Thank you, Sandra. My name is Tomas Soria. I'm Director of School Partnerships at Michigan Virtual. And Michigan Virtual has been just a great partner to work with at Northville as we've worked together for maybe, 9 years. And we're a nonprofit organization for the state of Michigan. What we do is provide online courses for students and professional development for teachers. And today we're going to talk about online summer school options for your students. Michigan Virtual is partnered with a variety of people, and we also have a variety of accreditations from Cognia, which is the formerly Advanced Ed organization, Quality Matters, who reviews our online courses, and all of our courses are taught by Michigan certified teachers. And if you have traveling athletes that are contending for an NCAA scholarship, our courses are approved by them as well. This year, summer school will be starting on June 8th. That's the start of our courses, and those courses extend through August 14th. This is a snapshot of the dates in which registration will be starting soon, but when the classes start and the last day that you can enroll, as well as a drop date no later than June 28th. We encourage students, as soon as they get the opportunity to start on June 8th. And we do have a special note for this year, and Northville is going to allow students to have the opportunity to take their final exams at home and not on site as we have in the past. Michigan Virtual also has a research institute in which we provide a variety of different guides to help parents and students as well as school administrators navigate online learning. If you're looking for some support documents as a parent and a student so that you're successful online, please visit mvlri.org/guides for these free documents. Now I'd like to turn it over to my colleague, Debbie Lynch.
Thank you, Tomas. I am Debbie Lynch, the Mentor Outreach Coordinator here at Michigan Virtual, and I have enjoyed working with Northville the last few summers. I'd like to just talk a little bit about the advantages of taking an online summer school course. As you know, a lot of students will take it for the enrichment purposes. Some take it for a grade replacement. Some take it for credit advancement to fulfill prerequisites for an advanced placement class, for college and career ready, and a lot of kids take it so they can free up time during their regular, take a class during the summer, so it frees up time to take a different class throughout the regular school year. Our Michigan Virtual teachers, as Tomas said, they are Michigan certified, highly qualified, and they will respond to your students' emails within 24 hours and 72 hours they have to grade assignments. They're way quicker than that, but that is the maximum time that they have to do that. If students not reaching their online teacher, then have them contact their Northville mentor. But our teachers are really, really good, especially in the summer, at getting back with students very quickly and grading their assignments much quicker than 72 hours. They also provide students a pacing guide, which I highly suggest that you print this, because this will show the students what they need to complete during week 1, week 2, and so on. It'll keep the students on pace so they can finish the course on time. Successful online students. A successful online student needs to be able to work independently, obviously have daily access to a computer and the internet, needs to be self-motivated, have an email account, are grade level readers, and we do have Speak It and Grammarly to help if that is an issue, and of course have support from their family and their school. We have a new Strategies for Online Success course. It replaces the OLOT course if somebody is familiar with that. And this Strategies for Online Success course, Tomas, if you could hit there, thank you. We have 3 units that you or the students can go through and look at the 3 modules, and this will help students understand what online learning is. So the first module is about online learning. The second one is about skills for online learning. And then the third one is just getting into some search strategies. So just to let the students know, you know, what is online learning? What does it look like? How much time do I have to spend? So it's very self-paced. They can get it done in an hour or 2 at the very most. It's just a great tool to use before the students sign up for an online class. Parents, of course, are a huge role in the success of their students. You have rock star mentors at Northville. I'm going to say they are seriously the best mentors I've worked with, and but they also need your support, and they need your help at home, especially because it's going to be even more remote this year than before. So you being encouraging, looking at that pacing guide with the students, asking how they're doing, looking at their class. You also will have your own login to our student learning portal, so you're able to go and check your students' grades too. But any encouragement you can give your student this summer will be very beneficial. And this is where you and your students will log in. It's called our student learning portal. We call it the SLP. This is our student information system, and you will log in with your email and password. You should receive an email from Michigan Virtual when your student signed up. If you don't receive an email, it might mean that your student has already taken a class with Michigan Virtual. The kids will get an email every time, but the parents only will get an email the first time their student logs in, or the student takes an online course. So if you didn't get an email, you can easily click on the forgot your login and or password link that is right below the big orange sign-in box. Once you do that, you type in the email you gave Northville. Michigan Virtual will immediately send you your password. And if your student forgets their password, maybe before or during the class, they can do the same thing. So there's no need to contact Northville. If they forgot their password, you can do it right here on this page. And once the students log in here, this is where they can send messages to their instructor in the student learning portal. And they can also click on a link to get into their actual class from the student learning portal. So everything starts here for the students and the parents. Okay, I'd like to turn it over to Daniel, the summer school principal.
Thank you, Debbie. Daniel Spitzley, as Debbie mentioned, coordinator of the online portion of the Northville Summer School Program. I want to provide some insight as to what you guys can expect from the online mentor, and then specifically what you guys can expect from the mentors of Northville. So as Debbie alluded to earlier, you have the online class teacher, and then as a part of our NPS program, you'll also have that additional layer of a mentor as a resource to be there to help as well. So as you can see from the slide, their job or part of their role is to help students keep on pace, to advocate for student success, but recognize that they are not that online instructor. As Debbie alluded to earlier, we have mentors that have been doing this for quite a while now, and they're very good at what they do. So they'll be able to kind of really steer and guide and make sure that your student is on pace and that they're following some tips and some ideas, but they're not going to be the one that they reach out to necessarily for content or specific things to that class. There's the online teacher for those reasons. They're not the tutor. You guys have access to courses across many different subject areas. Some of them our mentors are experts in those areas, but some of our mentors don't speak Spanish and Mandarin and different languages that you might have the opportunity to take this for. So they are there again as a resource, but not that online or that instructor, that tutor component. They cannot solve computer or technical problems if those do come up. A few slides later, I'll show you where you can go to kind of get the support needed for that. And they share information from the Michigan Virtual teachers to the parents and the students. So Michigan Virtual will reach out to them, and then they will disseminate that information as need be. Specifically to our Northville mentors, what you can expect is communication on a weekly basis to begin with, and more often as we progress throughout, if progress is not being made. Key side note here is make sure whatever email you put in during that registration is something that you look at with frequency. Please don't put an email in there that is something that isn't viewed, because there'll be a lot of important, very relevant information that comes there It could be alerting your kid to falling behind or not on pace, or maybe some changes that have happened. So make sure that both the student and the parent email, one, that they're two different emails, and two, that they're emails that there will be eyes on throughout the course of this summer. Our mentor schedule will be posted on the Northville Summer School website. Our mentors are available via Zoom during these office hours. So as we get closer to the summer school session starting up, we'll post those hours to see online. They'll also provide specific updates regarding our testing information, and there'll be availability with assignments and instruction that you can see again through our summer school website. If you need help for anything, here's kind of that hierarchy. So start with that online, that content teacher, which is that Michigan virtual teacher, specific to the course. If they aren't able to help you solve that problem or give you the information needed, then you'd step to that Michigan Northville mentor. They'll do what they can to troubleshoot. And then if it happens to be more of a technical issue that neither one of the teacher or the mentor can solve, then you can contact Michigan Virtual Customer Care. Their contact information is right here. You can reach them phone, email, website. You see the hours, the operation, and the website there. Again, with more technical, where you've exhausted their options and still don't have an answer to your question, this would be a good place to go. With that being said, I'm going to pass it off to Carrie Couchman, one of our online mentors, to tips for success.
All right, thank you, Mr. Spitzley. Couple of things just from the mentor perspective with this. We've been doing this for a long time, and we found some things that definitely make this process much easier and some things that make the process much more difficult. First one is to start early. Although you have that June 8th start date for the class, school years aren't done until that next week. You can still get started that first week. The first week's assignments are really just to log in, make sure that you can communicate with your online instructor. So you can start that first week, stay right on track with it. Second one is to set a schedule and stick with it. You have a pacing guide for your course. If you can stick with that pacing guide, you're able to work through the course easily. You don't have the stress of needing to work 15 hours a day for the last week because you've put everything off. So using that pacing guide is a really good way to work your way through the course with not too much stress. Third one is to put yourself in a physical location that will help you focus. Because you do have lots of other things perhaps going on inside your house, you want to find one spot that works for you. So you want to make sure that your location is going to help you focus. Probably not best to have all of your siblings around, so you want to find a place that works. You're going to monitor your grades and assignments. There are really easy tools within Michigan Virtual System where you can see what your current grade is. You can see what upcoming assignments are available. You can see how many points remain. There's a really easy way to be able to monitor that, so it's important that you keep track of that. It's important to communicate with your instructor. Even though your instructor is online, you don't sit down and talk to them like you would in a normal classroom. That communication is really important because those online instructors are wonderful when you need help with something. So contact them if you're struggling to understand something. The online instructors also have office hours. You can call them, you can email them, you can text with them, communicate often. They're really great resources for you. Next point here is just to ask questions as necessary. If you are struggling, it's important to ask questions early. If you wait for a little while before you ask those questions, it ends up becoming very frustrating. So if you start to struggle with something, reach out to your mentor, reach out to your online teacher. We are here to help, but we can only help you if we know that you're struggling. So if you are having problems, ask us questions early and often, and we will do our best to help you. Last one is just anytime you're using technology, make sure you're backing up all of your materials and your assignments. When you create assignments, create them in a Word document, create them in a Google Doc so you still have them before they're submitted to Michigan Virtual. That just saves you in case there's suddenly a storm and you lose your technology or whatever the issue may be. So make sure that you back up all those materials and assignments. It's really frustrating to work hard on something and have it disappear. So back up all of your work. Final exams, for those of you who have taken online courses with us in the past, final exams this year are going to look different. We still have our final exam week. It's the last week of the course. You'll still be able to sign up for a specific time. If you want to take your exam earlier in the summer because you've been working really hard and you want to take the entire month of August off, because you worked hard in June and July, you can still do that. You'll just contact your mentor. The big difference this year is that you are not taking your final exam with us in a computer lab. We're doing everything virtually this year, so we will communicate with you early and often about how to sign up for those times, what we expect of that final exam experience for you. We'll be able to provide passwords and all that information. It will just be done a little bit differently than it has been in the past. One of the things to note with that bottom bullet point, not all classes have a final exam. The English classes end with final papers that you're writing, and so you don't have exams there, you just have final papers. Some of the computer and technology courses end with final projects, so you don't have an exam. So again, your mentors will talk with you as you go through the course about which classes have the final exams, but we will still send out that Google form so we have the basic information of when people are planning to take exams, but we can always be flexible, especially this summer, with the timing that you'll need.
So last but not least, we would like to discuss our previous on-site courses that we have facilitated in other summers. This year, they will be facilitated via Zoom. They will be completely virtual. We are running the same courses as before. So we just want to let you know they are available. They will be included in registration if parents would like to take if students would like to take the on-site courses. However, they will be completely facilitated via Zoom or flipped classroom. So last but not least, we would like to thank you for coming tonight. Again, we would like to urge you to read through the frequently asked questions and certainly reach out if you have any further questions. And on behalf of myself, Sandra Brock, Director of Instruction, and the entire summer school team, we would like to thank you for coming.